This is a part 2.
Yeah, you guys cooked. Sparky the Dog is the first ever FNAF OC. His existence brought forth a wave of hoax characters, and more importantly, original quotation marks characters. FNAF OCs are plentiful, from the poorly designed, poorly drawn DeviantArt pieces to the creatively bankrupt photoshops. There's plenty to make fun of, but if you want a video about that and my tact on philosophy of internet OCs in general, get off this video. Because it's on my channel already. You need to do your research, catch up on the manga here, because in my previous OC video, I did just that. But also in the very same video, I extended an offer to you, the audience, to send in your own OCs. And boy, have you delivered. Is Ruby smoking a blunt?
I guess must be hard out here.
Is it just like kiddies? And we got just about 3 pages of submissions of varying quality. I didn't expect much, honestly, but I've gotten people from all walks of life, viewers from outside my American bubble, Roblox roleplayers, sculptors, all sending me in their goofy, crazy, and honestly, well-made OCs.
Oh my god! Wow!
Pat yourself on the back because I'm going to try to get to everyone in this one, even if it's just showing your submission on the screen for a split second. And if this video does well, trust me, there will be more community events in the future. But let's focus on the present. Ooh, yeah, we're just gonna sweep that one under the rug. Today I have my friend Hush because I couldn't afford Pastra. And yes, he has chosen to represent himself with a Scout SFM model he put a mask on. Cry about it, I guess? I don't know. There's a lot of what you'd expect from handing silly internet people a submission box and asking them to put something in it. He's an EV, he's an electric vehicle.
Is it bad that I can't tell if this is a joke or not? Like, is that disrespectful to say that? Like, if it isn't?
Let's just say we see a unique character design. You know, it's cool, just not our tempo. But it'd immediately be spiced up with the simple act of giving them a gun. You're 100% to make fun of this thing. All right.
Yeah, permission. Is this like a Markiplier mustache on his freaking face?
Hello, everybody looking at Long Horse looking at Top of the Morning looking at Pretty much immortal. He can summon lightning for some reason. He secretly owns a gun and he flies with the power box he has.
Where does he keep the gun? Please enlighten me where the gun is.
Like, for example, this charming character. You know, he doesn't look too out of place. If a Biddy Bab can exist, I'm sure this could exist in FNAF lore in some capacity. Yeah, who am I kidding? Ignoring the other red flags, it has a built-in gun to shoot rowdy customers. What are they doing at Shoodletap Shitsmith Kids Play Place and Bar? What type of pizzeria's name is that? If I see Shoodletap Shitsmith Kids Play Place and Bar, I'm calling it a bomb threat. Yes, as to be expected, there were a lot of brain rot entries, and to be honest, they started relatively tame. Like, look at this MLG FNAF OC. Their words, not mine.
Shit looks like the battle pass. He's goofing around, he is very smart, likes classic memes like Pinga, Shrek, we're #1 Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm not the, I should just cut it off.
Why are you fucking here, man? You're so old.
Is everything okay at home? I'm not even trying to make bits for the fucking thing right now, I'm just trying to understand this stupid ass drawing.
I can't put my finger on this, but this character looks really familiar. And there were a couple entries that were just Sonic the Hedgehog in one way or another.
It's just Sonic.exe.
Wait.
Sonic.exe.
It's Sonic.exe. It's not even like...
So are you saying you take credit for Sonic.exe?
Is this John Sonic.exe? Holy shit. Not all of them were blatant. Like, this one was just similar to Sonic in name, but that can't be said for this one. So his name is Sonic the Hedgehog. He lives on planet Morbius and he collects onion rings. What does it got to do with FNAF? You'll be happy to learn that he's also a feminist. And if Sonic collects the Chaos Emerald and becomes Super Saiyan Sonic, he's powerful enough to erase entire multiverses. And he's still unironically an Uncle Grandpa victim.
Oh wait, this is supposed to be a FNAF character.
This guy stinks.
As an apology for that, I was given an animation as a peace offering. This viewer was even brave enough to drop their webtoon like it was their freaking calling card. And after struggling to log in...
You gotta agree, you gotta press a check mark.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! I checked it out. When Domoro, the last king, murdered his wife and fled the palace.
Boring.
There were brain rot OCs that had a lot more effort put in it than it deserved. They're all DeviantArt and Woodpad. I alone in the OC one.
Gojo didn't die for this.
Kojo didn't die for this shit. It was very strange. The SpongeBobs are plentiful. By far the most standout brain rot OC had to be Charlie. Not that one, or even that one. No, Charlie the cursed phone guy. I've heard a lot about Day Shift at Freddy's, but I'd never really looked into it. All I know is it's like FNAF for band kids. And through my exposure of Charlie and his animatronic pizzeria of Roomba animatronics, I don't think I'm far far off. Charlie's a bit of a superstar, a shitpost celebrity, as there's an entire Tumblr dedicated to his existence. And man, Charlie may have more street cred than every OC in this video, because not only does he have an extensive list of resources that document his story, he has fan art, memes, and even other characters in the universe. He's like shitpost incarnate, and it's funny. He's also stock photo man, so of course, you know, my bias puts him in good standing. Charlie reminded me of this other OC from this Instagram artist I followed. Like, they were eerily similar. Come to find out, both of these users and characters have interacted before, and they have this funny rivalry. There's actually a post on Instagram to both of them. It's a small world, but you probably want to see actual FNAF OCs, and there's plenty of those.
I wonder what Buddha Cat's opinion is on abortion.
Bro got no negative thoughts in his mind.
Bro think everything fun and games. Oh, no.
Bro up to all good. Like, Sammy the she's told me shit. Sammy must be up to something.
Sammy's the one that, like, inexplicably just has a lot of money.
Perhaps I was too harsh.
No, Jesus. These are definitely the ones that would be like the scariest in an actual FNAF game, probably.
I can already imagine the thumbnail, like it's him front and center, and it's just like the FNAF horror game that broke me. And they started with the dry ass intro where it's just like, not a lot of fan games can scare me.
As you guys know, I play a lot of fan games on this channel. But this one, well, this one broke me.
Schooling across the angel for a page I stumbled upon. This viewer asked me to do something funny with their OCs.
If you don't like the fucking sorcerer, there's plenty of other ones you can use.
What other character? They're all just the same characters, dude.
Wait, there's lots of other characters if you don't like the pixie sorcerer.
No, there aren't. They're all just the same with different costumes.
Some of you guys aren't very creative.
Blue guy, wow. This is just Scott Coffin.
Call Cringer or whatever you want. I just want to see it in the video, please.
We should not put him in a video, just...
Can we just blur it out? It's just blurred the whole time. And then I had a thought. In the other video, there was an OC named Blue Guy. I guess you guys are just kind of ripping each other off now, man.
You've got mail.
Oh, he's running it back. He's answering my question. Yes, I know there's already a blue guy in the OC video, but this one has a different shade of blue, so I don't know. He's cool. You know when a teacher sees you bombing a test and announces to the whole class how to properly take a test? This is pretty much what happened with this OC.
For the love of God, and like a lot of people, please stop using the airbrush tool.
And I also wanted to say, please stop giving your characters the H&M fit. Bro has no swag, no style.
Nobody wanted for real. Like, how are you a robot animatronic with no drip?
Like, you see like the old school Chuck E. Cheese, they be having that shit on. I feel the best entries are the ones on paper, because to me it's the most pure form of OC creation. Oh my goodness. The best one we've seen so far. You're in math class doodling your OC when you know you're supposed to be learning about algebra. This is the blueprint, the concept art. Back in the day, it all started with the good old classic pen and paper.
Did you predict Roxy?
I think Piss Boy did. Who did you work for?
Fancy Pants as an animatronic?
I think the animatronic version is better than the certification version.
Really reminds you of Scooby Toilet.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I'm just saying stuff now.
I feel like if this was like better quality, like the what? Not the drawing. Like, I feel like if this was like maybe even like digital art, this would actually be like one of those cool things you see on Pinterest or something.
Oh yeah, I mean it's already this cool as a sketch, like on pen.
Yeah, I like it has like a unique style to it with like the one eye. Yeah, I feel like yeah, they weren't always perfect. Disrupted Dixon. And they were far from creative. It was mainly because I asked you for your cringy OCs. I wasn't asking you to go back and hire a character designer to revamp your almost decade-old drawings. Rob Cat the dinosaur. The dinosaur. I just Discord soundboard. But even then, some of them had some heart. Oh look.
Whoa, holy shit.
Get this man an iPad and a Procreate subscription.
Seriously, that's really good, man.
He looks like those things where they use example where it's just like a good character design has a cool silhouette. Having your OC since the age of 11 is crazy work. Assuming you create the unforgettable characters of Willow the Peachin, Owen the Otter, Malari the Demon, Dragon, and Bonica the Bunny when the game first came out in 2014, that means today you have hit Unk status. Yeah, maybe these characters don't pull off convincing FNAF animatronics, but the worst offenders were the humans. Oh my god, like, what are these proportions, man? But despite the children of Slenderman, I think the animatronics are pretty good. We not only get general facts about them, but we also get fun facts about them. So for that, this one goes in the fridge. The fridge is where the best ones go, and oh boy, there's a lot of best ones. So much so, this isn't a fridge. This is a corkboard. What's different from this corkboard and the other one I've been using? I'm gonna put the pictures I like on this one. Like these. I wish I could say all your submissions were created equally, but I got some genuine tryhards. Like, you can tell the difference between a submission that's just a doodle from a middle school sketchbook grabbed from the darkest depths of someone's room and a fully realized OC that the user probably still wants to make a fan game with. You're either not trying or trying too hard, and trying too hard is what gets you on the fridge.
Overall, though, it's like a really good OC actually. Like art-wise, it's really good, and like I'm sure the OC storyline is solid.
I was gonna say, for once, like when people make a female animatronic OC, this person fought the urge to give them boobs.
That's true.
I had a raccoon OC.
Should mention that.
I'll probably put a picture on the screen. You can clearly tell I did it in MS Paint. Like, much like Bandit, there were a lot of OCs that had poster child aura. Like how Sans is the face of Undertale and Gojo is the only character that matters in JJK. Damien, the Shadow Bunny ripoff, their words not mine, fits the bill for on the box art but not main character energy. He was such a polarizing character. Good drawing, by the way. And we went down the Undertale AU rabbit hole simply because he slightly reminded us of Era Sans. Like making AUs, they just think of like, I want Sans to be different. And then they just think about, okay, I guess I'll do the other characters as well.
What was the like evil version of Sans and Papyrus?
Wasn't it like Underswap?
No, not this. This fucking twink ass fucking Sans.
Underfell?
Yeah, like
Like
Underfell.
yeah, there you go. What was the shtick with this one?
It was just honestly borderline like fucking BDSM shit. Like not even lying. Like he's wearing a collar all the time.
Yeah. What they did to Undyne was crazy. Like you see like fan art Undyne versus in-game Undyne.
They lost her like tomboy look. Exactly.
Some of these things get corporate, like Turbo the Tiger Shark. He not only has his main design, but he has the marketable plushie version. Yeah, capitalism! And the Riz version. Awesome art, by the way. It's making an OC official that makes it fridge-worthy. Like, you can tell there was a great amount of care put into it. Jokes aside, this is actually a major improvement. I mean, I don't want to say this is horrible. This is actually pretty good. You know, it's not touching like the first OC we looked.
I like the fact that under the bangs it's just like the mechanics.
It's actually pretty cool. You know, I'm a sucker for the character design that has like the bangs over the eyes. It's gotta be my favorite gender. Shermie, my beloved.
Put it on the fridge.
Honestly, anything that wasn't some scribble or shit post has a good chance of making it to the fridge. I'll make an exception for Charlie. I think we're gonna we like the application here, but I think we're gonna see other people
Going in a different direction for the company.
We see great futures in your horizon, but we just don't think you're the fit for this company. To breeze through some of the submissions, we had a bit with the Discord soundboard. Short, foddy, missing arm, giant arm. Whatever we didn't have anything to say or just didn't want to bother saying anything. I mean, it's not that bad. We just used soundboard. Father of the one you shouldn't have killed.
Bro, it's not part of the team.
All right, let's do this. Bring out the soundboard. What do you think about this one?
Why is it Goku?
I was just saying, why is he looking like he's about to go Super Saiyan? Okay.
That was not bad.
I actually like the art style for this one. It's a pretty cool, like,
Yeah,
sketchy type color.
That's
just a small chuckle.
Sorry. That's just that. You know who that is.
Leo's story is basically set in a FNAFO, where Fazbear Ent rebrands after the bite of 87 feet. Leo and the other animatronics are possessed. It's just agony from the books controlling them.
There were some fridge injuries as well. And plenty of more entries that had multiple pictures attached that we went down the list with the soundboard for. What do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? What about this one? I'm not gonna bore you with 4 minutes of the MP3 files of loud, incorrect buzzer and ding sound effect. Just know that the most interesting ones were these, and the least interesting ones were these. But I will call attention to the one person who didn't sit in FNAF OCs, but instead sit in Willy's Wonderland OCs. Wrong animatronic franchise. They did a dead beat on that. I watched it.
We'll say. Always Wonderland was better than FNAF movie, but we're not ready for that discussion. Alright, man, let's speed on this.
William Afton had an easy time deciding which kid to put inside which animatronic.
Oh man, this guy really dressed up like, Freddy. I might as well stuff him to toy Freddy. Why not?
Why does bro have a CPU fan in his stomach? Is bro built by NVIDIA?
I think you missed a few steps doing a donut tutorial, man.
Oh wow, the FNAF animatronics, if they actually look like animatronics. I will die on this hill.
Ooh, I just know Henry made you a goofy ass.
Bro got the ring pop mic. I like how it says he's gay and into security guards, and the next OC he shows me is a gay security guard. So many people sent in their original characters. No figure. But there were very few that stood out artistically, and I don't mean that in the sense that one's a good drawing and the other isn't. I mean that in the sense of art direction. Yeah, you'd have the scribbles, the old sketchbook doodles, then you'd have the Photoshop ones. They were the ones that actually had care put into them. You have the submissions that were literally just glow-ups. God, take it to a publisher.
I'll read this one. As per the suggestion in your recent video, I have brought forth what I can only hope is horrendous enough to make some good content. Oh boy. I gave him a quote.
Are you lost? I like to think that the shadow doesn't even attack the player. They just stand in the corner of the camera. It reminds me of the freaking Family Guy meme, like how I look in the corner cheap in that. I'm little children. What? I'm not coming close to that.
Shadow was a sweet fox performing to the rest of the Fazbear crew until she was thrown in the back room and forgotten. She was replaced by Skyla.
You're gonna edge us with Skyla? You're gonna show a Shadow but not Skyla. That's crazy. I've been a Skyla fan since day one.
Ever since she cheated on Walt.
What?
Skylar.
I get it, yeah. For those of you guys who don't get the joke, Skylar sounds eerily similar to Skylar from Breaking Bad, the hit series written by Vince Gilligan. And that show, Skylar, that sounds similar to Skylar, cheated on her wife, Walter.
Cheating, for those who don't know, is when you...
Oh my god.
What an upgrade.
Jesus Christ, can we get a round of applause for Evo? You guys are actually really talented. I was not expecting that. Shows are relatable and very how do you do fellow kids words, am I right? Like, how do you do fellow kids? So about fit and all. There are OCs that really stood out for better or for worse. It's easy when creating original characters just to copy other characters with just your coat of paint over it. This leads to things being absolutely identical to the source material with just slight differences. It's like with fan games. They may look different than each other, but in the grand scheme of things, the same premise as the source material with someone's self-inserts inside it. It's harmless, yes, and it wouldn't be a fan game if it didn't bite off the source material. But how many times can you rehash family restaurant chain, dead children, mysterious killer, and haunted animatronics? It's not ridiculous to say that anything breaking that mode is cool to see. How is this even a FNAF animatronic? Someone sent in their sculptures as their OCs, which I thought was really unique. They also sent in the regular OCs, but look at the sculptures. Bringing the conversation back to art direction, one of my favorites are these.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Why did these images look like screenshotted from a dream?
Very weird.
There's quite literally nothing like it. It reminds me of those old children book drawings. Apparently they were based off of Rushton dolls, and we were uncultured, so we had to look it up.
I looked up the Rushdown toys. I hate these. Oh my God.
What is that? Of course, Melody Martinez is weird at it. This is the type of shit they put on the SCP website and say it's the most dangerous SCP in the world.
If you do a backflip and fail it while looking at them on Tuesday.
At specifically 4:34 a.m. if you're in the room with this object, you will feel a wet spot in your pants.
If you touch the wet spot, McDonald's will get your order wrong the next time you order it at them.
This one wasn't even a FNAF OC in the best way possible. Instead of being a pizzeria animatronic, he's a movie animatronic that canonically went crazy because of the suffering of minimum wage workers. By far the most unique take on the FNAF formula, I could totally see Sebastian the Dinosaur having an analog horror series akin to Godzilla Man in a Suit. Changing the mode isn't always good, because instead of ghost children, a 40-year-old man possesses this animatronic. Am I wrong to say this kind of looks freaky? From the Toy Chica build to the bra bow tie, and this pixel right here that single-handedly makes this section look like a certain body part of a camo up close. And as mentioned before, this one's possessed by a 40-year-old man that hates children and likes video games. William Napton stuffed a Redditor into this animatronic. You guys send in stuff by any means necessary. Old sketchbooks, old phone photos, but the most dedicated attempt is dusting off the DS to record a flip note. You got it. There were a lot of external links sent my way and a lot of reading to be done. Full transparency, if I were to just read all of them, this video would easily be 10 more minutes longer, so unfortunately I can't get to them. But if you guys are interested, I can make another video just reacting to your stories and various media you wanted me to check out. I don't want to completely shaft your entry, so just know that's on the table. Well, I think this video is going to be peak MKG. I just wish I had a little bit more time. Shout out to Stewie's Burgeria. It had a game attached that I couldn't download. I'm sure it's peak. And I can do a whole video on the Thaddeus Babam cartoon archive, but I really gotta wrap this up. There were a lot of unfinished SFM renders sent my way, so there was almost no competition for this submission. Like seriously, these are fan game quality. I know there's a lot of Mango OCs out there, but these are amazing work, keep at it. I feel like Brucey is by far the best sister location OC I've seen. His story is super interesting, with him being a spy bot sent by Henry to eradicate any of Afton's machinery that was laced with remnants. He's just a really good design, man. This viewer is sitting in a goodie bag of OCs, just straight back to back bangers. From unfinished sketches to fully rendered pieces, there was not a single miss in this viewer's gallery. Loki, in terms of quality and variety, this might be my favorite. But that's not an easy spot to keep because this one is just so good. I like the Walton Files inspired art direction mixed with a little bit of Baddington and just the downright uncanny feeling of it. We need to come together as a community, man. I want to invest in you people so you guys can continue to create cool shit. But there were two submitters that I felt really captured what having OCs was all about, and that had to be Soapscrum and Mitchell Haskett. To me, just having OCs and doing stupid shit with them is like the essence of having OCs in general. When I look at these images from both of them, I'm reminded of how much fun it is just to draw your OCs and scenarios just for the heck of it. Mitchell got his OCs from Roblox Roleplay, and don't laugh, I used to roleplay too, unfortunately, and his OCs are humanized versions of the gang, and I like how everyone has their cool concepts for their characters, and for some reason, Freddy is just racist. Soapscrum had a variety of OCs, with the standouts were the two sister location technicians that died and got sent to hell. And hell was FNAF World. I'm a sucker for horror comedy, and I'm a sucker for buddy comedies. I even drew a comic panel recently about a buddy comedy. I hope your pros game is good. And now we get to Luke. Look, these may not be the most impressive drawings, but they had one of my favorite aesthetics. I have this obsession with cartoon characters photoshopped into real life settings. It's just a vibe. So these drawings, despite not being quite the level of something like Damien the Shadow Bunny, these were still cool to me. But what I really wanted to call attention to was the Luke tapes, which at first I had to admit I thought was a little satire, but then I looked at the runtime. This ain't satire. I haven't gotten to watching the whole thing, but I honestly think doing a follow-up video is worth it for the Luke tapes. Also, Luke, thank you for the support. I hope you had a good birthday. Also, buff Freddy. Enough said. You guys are all awesome. Even if we said some mean things, it's all good fun. Even the most cursed of entries have the kindest of words attached to it. So I just want to say thank you. So here's the fridge, plural. Take a pic, brag about it. Whatever you do, just don't let this video flop.